I have these 4 Amazon parcels here full of art supplies for a single project. The thing is, I've got no idea what's in them. Ooh. What are you? You see, I and another YouTuber, Los Antonino, I hope I said your surname correctly, we both went shopping during the Amazon sales. We had $100 to spend on each other and we had to try and make sure we brought everything to complete a single project. However, we didn't want to go into this completely blind and end up buying the other person something they either already had a lot of or they absolutely hated. So we both came up with 9 questions for each to answer to help guide our spending. Okay, let's go shopping. First, should probably read the answers to Loz's questions to make sure I actually buy her something suitable. So first question, what art supply do you own a lot of? Loz says, I have way too much acrylic paint. Okay, acrylic paint's out then. And just brought more because I'm addicted. Okay, so maybe not acrylic paint, but what about gouache? Hemi gouache? And it comes with 3 brushes. Perfect. Let's pop that in the cart. Now I'm just going to go popping a stack of stuff in the cart. I'm not actually going to make any decisions just yet. I'm just going to chuck a big heap of stuff in there and then I'll go through it all and try and decide and pin it down. Now, gouache. What would you paint on for gouache? Maybe I should read another question. Do you have a surface you hate? Loz says paper that is horrible quality and you can't erase on without destroying the paper. Maybe some wood or a good quality paper. So let's look for a good quality paper. I quite like Fabriano. The watercolor paper works really well, so maybe it's suitable for gouache too. Do a nice big pad of that into the cart. Let's look up a wood panel. Wood panel boards, unfinished wood canvas. Yep, that looks good. Chuck that in. She's going to be using wood panel. She'll need some gesso. Or you could get pre-gessoed wood panels. Gesso board. Yeah, that looks good. Into the cart. All right, let's read another question. What art supply have you never tried? Air dry clay. I see Paula, creative Paula, and others using it and looks fun. Air dry clay. I know which air dry clay works well. I might have just tested a lot of them not that long ago. So let's look for some Themo air dry clay. Air dry, there we go. It's grey, but that's fine. I'll just make sure I get us some gesso if we go for the air dry clay. And let's get her a big hunk of it. Yeah, into the cart. Question, what art supply do you only own cheap, crappy versions of? Loz says polymer clay, fabric paints, watercolor pencils, although I do have ink tents. Let's look for some fabric paints. Fabric paint, but good quality fabric paint. There's Montmartre fabric paint, that's not the best. Tulip, no. I want a really good one. What's the brand of the one that's really good? Angelus. That's the one. Angelus. Wow, that's expensive. Let's put it in the cart. We'll see how we go. Now, what can you paint on with leather paint? Shoes? I don't know what size she is though. A bag? A bag. Backpack? Maybe? Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, there's some really cute ones. Okay. I would like you to be a bit cheaper though. Ooh, there we go. That looks good. Okay, let's put that in the cart. Let's look at another question. What art supply do you hate? Ink. It is okay, but is messy and my hands do not need to be purple. Oh, why not? Is there a technique you want to learn? I'm always open for trying new art supplies and methods. I want to get better at creating cute things. Okay, all right, let's have a look then for how to draw cute characters. Oh, cute chibi animals. Learn how to draw cute chibi animals. Chibi, something like that. Oh, that looks so cute. Now, let's put that in because no matter what supply I buy her, whether it's pencils or clay or paint or whatever, that how to draw cute chibi animals could be utilised for all of them. Good thing can die. All right, what was the other thing I was going to look at? Let's look at the polymer clay. Let's see if they've got cos clay on here. Do you have cos clay? Yes, cos clay. Let's do that one. And some tools. I like those looking ones. Yeah, let's go that set. Okay, I think that's enough to be going on with. Got some good options in there. So I'm gonna go through, have a think, try and narrow it down to one idea, buy everything I need for that project idea for Loz. But if you want to actually see what I got her and what she does with all the supplies I got her, you're going to have to go and check out her channel, which of course I'm going to link it down below in the description box. All right, let's open up these parcels and see what Loz got me. Which one do I start with? Let's go the smallest one, shall we? Okay, we have an everlasting wet palette. I don't actually have a wet palette. I make all my own wet palettes. I've so many times come so close to buying one, so this is perfect. Well done, Loz. It's got some everlasting wet palette hydration paper, 50 sheets, some little spongy things. And then I suppose this is where we put the spongy things and the paper in and put the paint in there. So I'm gonna hazard a guess and say there's gonna be paint in one of these boxes. Let's go this one. Okay. Oh, okay. I feel like this woman is totally in my brain. Okay, we have got, oh, I'm so in love with this already. We have got a big stack of wood panels, natural wood slices. I love painting on wood slices, but I could only get a hold of the little ones here. And some clear texture gesso. That's brilliant. Okay, cool. Because when I paint on wood slices, I put gesso down, which then you lose the beauty of the natural wood, but it's clear. Okay, well done, Loz. Well done. Very impressed with you so far. Okay, I've got something to paint on. I've got something to prime. I've got something to put the paint in. I wonder which one of these is going to have paint. Oh my goodness, it's paint. It's paint. It's really good paint. Oh, it's a 12 pack of Liquitex soft body acrylic. Oh my goodness. I've got a decent amount of acrylic paint, but it's all crap. Okay, I shouldn't say it's all crap, but it's not very good quality. It's very average quality paint. So this is such a treat to have a really good quality set of paints. Oh, and a good range of colours too. Okay. Ooh, Loz, you are on a roll, woman. Nice one. Something to paint on, something to put the paint in, the paint. Let's see if Loz got me some brushes. It's a pretty big box for brushes though, so I'm unsure. I see brushes. Do you see brushes? I see brushes. Good girl, Loz. Okay, we have a pack of brushes. There's some fine tips, some thicker ones, some flatties. Oh, filberts in there. 10 brushes suitable for watercolors, oils, and acrylics. Let's see. 4 candies. What are you? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. She really did include everything. Oh my goodness. I might have missed something in Loz's stuff that I brought her. She might not be able to draw the design for the stuff I sent. Oops. Let's have a look. This is so cute though. This is pretty cool. We've got some mechanical pencils, some leads, and some erasers. Pretty cool. I love the colours too. Okay, there's other stuff in here. A box in a box. Last one. What else? Surely there's nothing else I need to complete this project. Surely that's everything. Oh my word. Okay. Okay. We have more stuff to paint on. Did you really only spend $100, Loz? You must have done some pretty good bargain shopping during the sales. You have definitely excelled. I'm starting to feel very self-conscious about what I got you. There's a lot in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my goodness. This will be more than one video. This will be a whole series. I could start a series of it. Painting mini canvases. That would be pretty cool. I don't know that I'm very good at mini painting, but I could practice. I could get better. Okay, that's it. Wow. So here's the art haul. Well done, Loz. I think you have done very well to spend $100. Maybe you went over a little bit, maybe I went over a little bit too. But now I've got to come up with something to create with all these fabulous goodies. And I'm gonna do some planning. I don't want to just get straight into it. Well, I actually do want to get just straight into it. I'm so desperate to get into these supplies and have a go. But first, I think it's important for me to make a plan. And I have to decide, am I going to go the little mini canvases, do a bit of a set? Am I going to do the wood panels? Maybe do a set of those? Maybe do both? I'm not sure yet. But when you see me next, I will have a solid plan. Let's do this thing. So, my plan is to paint on this wood slice. Solid plan, right? First, I prep it by using the clear gesso and brushes that Loz supplied. I also brush over the bark with the gesso to try and prevent it shedding. I like the natural raw edge of the wood slice, but I don't want to lose any more of the bark. I actually prep 2 of these wood pieces, just in case. Then I prep 2 of the mini canvases as well. Trust me though, I won't be painting on all 4 pieces today. Now it's time for me to bust into these brand new paints. Oh, look at the little nozzles. It's funny the things that make an artist happy. I want to start out by mixing 3 different shades of yellow for the background. In my brand new wet palette, I might add. I'm painting a gingham type pattern background on the bottom half of the panel. In my sketch, I just eyeballed it and it looked good. But for the wood piece, I wanted it to be perfect. So I measured the squares out, and I regret that. I should have just gone freehand. I originally wanted this to look like a tablecloth, but trying to get the perfect squares for the patches of colour wasn't the right way to go. It doesn't look like a table anymore. Well, mistake made and lesson learned. With the leftover paint from this part, I did an underpainting on the mini canvases. This tidbit of advice I credit to Mira Byler, and you'll see where the payoff comes later. I did add a little red for the second underpainting just to warm it up a little more. Time to get my design on the wood panel. I sketched it off camera using the pencils Loz supplied, which they actually work really well. I used my own transfer paper to get them onto the panel, but for some reason they didn't completely transfer onto the painted portion of the panel, but enough showed through for me to carry on without too much trouble. For the painting of this jar, I was using more than one reference picture. Initially, in my head, I was thinking, a jam jar. That'll be easy, just red and a nice basic shape. Yeah, I was wrong. I mean, yeah, it's red, but like 50 shades of red. And the more basic the shape, the more precise you have to be. Otherwise it just ends up looking wonky and janky. But I just looked at my references as much as I could and tried to trust the process, which I've gotta say is difficult. It just looks crap for so long. Plus, the subtle differences in the reds that I'm trying to create, I just kept questioning myself so much. I keep putting down all these different red shades in different places, and I'm thinking to myself, at what point will this actually look like a jar of strawberry jam? So I probably should talk about what I'm actually painting. When trying to decide what I wanted to paint, I was drawing a little bit of a blank, so I decided to finally use my art spinner for the first time. It's the one I customized in a previous video. I want to use it as an art mashup, so I rigged it up with lots of different prompts and gave it a spin. My first spin was sweets. Then I spun it again and got a mouse. So that would be my first option, mouse and sweet. Let's go again. I got mushroom, spin again, then an owl. Let's get another option. Person. Ugh. Why did I put that prompt on there? Then I got ice cream. Not really inspired by that mashup, but let's do one last option. Octopus. Yeah, great option. And a butterfly. Okay. But I think it's obvious in the end which one I chose. It's the mouse combined with the sweet. I sketched up a little mouse having a snack on some sweet strawberry jam. She's been in there feasting away and has just popped her head out to say hello. I've actually painted a mouse before. Her name was Dumpling, and she was eating watermelon in that picture. And I quite liked the idea of a little mouse always snacking away on something, but that mouse was a little janky. For my first version of Dumpling, I was trying to create a really cartoony, unique, personalised looking design. And I did try to do that again when I was sketching out this one, but I was getting a little too in my head about it. So instead of trying to push a unique style into what I was drawing, I just drew from a real mouse reference image and let the style happen naturally. And I'm super happy with how Dumpling 2.0 turned out. At some point, the jar came together and looked like what it was supposed to be. But even though that worked out, I still doubted whether I would get the mouse looking any good. All this doubt, it's just a little annoying. Imagine if we all painted away freely without doubting ourselves. Wouldn't it be nice? The original Dumpling was more of a browny tan type colour, but the new Dumpling I made grey. I just thought grey will go better with the red of the jam jar and the yellow of the tablecloth, better than the browny tan would. For the next piece, I forgot to hit record from the start, so let's just jump right in. I had already sunk a good chunk of time into the mouse painting, so I chose the mini canvas for the next piece. And when I was spinning my spinner earlier, my son heard and wanted to come in and have a go. So I let him spin me a few different mashups, and he spun a few good ideas, so I opted for one he did, as the rest of my spins were not inspiring me. His first mashup was a fairy and then flowers. I did sketch something up, but didn't use that idea in the end. His second mashup was a fox and a bow, and that's the one I've opted to do here. I chose the warmer of the two-toned canvases that I prepped, as I thought if I leave gaps while painting the fox, you're really not going to see it. I went into this feeling confident, as I was very happy with how my mouse turned out. But that confidence quickly died as I realised my fox's dimensions were just a tad wonky. One cheek was wider and one ear sat higher and was pointier. Plus, I hadn't centered the image on the canvas very well, but I pushed through and tried to make some adjustments as I painted. And let me quickly touch on these Liquitex paints. I love them. They're amazing. They go on smooth, lovely and opaque, and after painting with them, I never want to use cheap paints again. I mean, I will, because I've got so much of it, but all I want to use are these. With the fox mostly done, I get to work on the background. This little girl is resting her head on her paws atop a log, and behind her, I just paint in some green leaves. This truly was a trust the process moment. I had a vision in my head, and I had an idea on how to do it, but the first few layers of leaves had me questioning if this was the right way to go about it. And I very nearly painted over it and started again, but I adjusted slightly what I was doing, putting down darker shades first and slowly working to the lighter greens until I was happy enough with what I'd done. For the bow on the fox's head, I chose a colour to contrast with the orange of the fur. To finish off, I put in some highlights, then painted the canvas edge the same colour as the bow. And here we are, all done. My 2 completed pieces using just the things that Loz purchased for me. First, I've got my little mouse Dumpling 2.0, who's sticking her head out of a jar of strawberry jam. I actually really love this picture. I love the concept for it, and I really do want to make this maybe into a set of 3. So Dumpling can feature on another 2 wood slices, gobbling up some sort of food. I don't know. We'll see how we go. The second completed piece is the fox with the bow on her head. I'm really happy with how this one turned out too. I actually really enjoyed painting on a mini canvas. So it seems I've got 9 other mini canvases just sitting there waiting. Maybe this could be a little mini series. Let me know down in the comments if you would like to see me do that. But now you've seen what I created, it's time to head over to Loz's channel and see what she came up with the supplies that I picked out for her. I've got no idea what she's created. I'm keen to find out, so that's where I'm heading. I hope you'll come join me. I'll see you there.